Okay, so here are the next three examples on how to solve these quadratics. Now again, how do we know it's a quadratic? Because you have your little x squared term, and you always want to bring your terms over to the x squared side because you need to factor a positive x squared quadratic. So to move over the 5x to the other side, you're going to subtract 5x from both sides. Now remember, these are not like terms, so you cannot combine them to get some funky answer. All right, now how do we factor it? We have to, this is GCF. So that means I'm going to factor out a common factor of x. I'm left with x minus 5 equals 0. Tee it off. You have x equals 0, x minus 5 equals 0. Now there's our first solution. You don't even have to do anything there. But for the second one, you have to add 5 to both sides, and you get x equals 5. So your two solutions are 0 and 5. You could write those in solution set notation brackets. And you could also check your answer when you plug it in the calculator. Okay, pause this and make sure you get it down. Now on to the next one. Again, in order to solve this quadratic, it needs to be set equal to 0. Now, in order to get this side to equal 0, we need to subtract it to the other side. So I'm going to subtract 6. Now it's a like term with 30, so I'm going to put it under the 30, bring down my 4x squared. Negative 30 minus 6 is negative 36 equals 0. Now again, this is a factor completely because first I notice they have a GCF of 4. So I'm going to factor out the 4. And 36 divided by 4 is 9. And now I know this could be factored one step further because this is a difference of two squares. So you bring your 4 down, and then you're going to double bubble, put your plus, your minus. Square root of x squared is x, goes in the front. Square root of 9 is 3, goes in the end. Now again, for this particular problem, we're solving for x. So this factor doesn't matter because there's no x in there. We're only tee off the factors that have x in it. So I'm going to set x plus 3 equal to 0 and x minus 3 equals 0. So I end up with x equals negative 3 and x equals positive 3. So my solutions are negative 3 and 3. All right, so pause the video and make sure you get this down. Now for the last one that we're going to do, this is a little bit more multi-step. In this one, I'm going to move my like term over first to the 7. And I get 2x squared plus 5x equals 12. And now it's still not set equal to 0, so I have to subtract the 12. Now the 12 has nothing to go with, so I'm just going to tag it on the end. So I have a descending order quadratic. Okay, now there's no GCF here, so this is a factor by grouping trinomial where you multiply your 2 and your negative 12, you get negative 24. So now we're finding factors of negative 24 that add to give us positive 5. So we have negative 1, positive 24, negative 2, positive 12, negative 3, positive 8, negative 4, positive 5, positive 6. And we know that negative 3 and 8 give us positive 5. So I'm not going to write the other factors because I can figure it out right here. So I split it up. I get 2x squared minus 3x plus 8x minus 12 equals 0. I'm going to group it, factor out my GCF. My GCF here is x. So I'm left with x times 2x minus 3. My GCF here is 4. So I'm going to factor out plus 4. I get 2x minus 3 equals 0. And then we bring out our common factor of 2x minus 3. Put your x plus 4 in parentheses equals 0. Now tee it off. Now I'm going to just work it to the side. So 2x minus 3 equals 0. X plus 4 equals 0. Subtract 4, subtract 4. Oops, that looks like a divide by 4. And I should get x equals negative 4 here for this answer. And now for this 2x, I'm going to write it up here. 2x minus 3 equals 0. You're going to add 3 to both sides because it's a two-step equation. Bring down your 2x. Bring down your 3. And now a divide by 2. So the answer here is x equals 3 over 2. So we have two solutions, a fraction and negative 4. Now you could write it in solution set notation. I'll just erase these factors. And your final answer would look like this. -4, comma, 2/3. Okay, so those are your two answers. And now you're going to practice some on your own. So pause the video, make sure you get this down. And just make sure you complete the Google Form assignment that's attached to the Google Classroom. That'll be your classwork grade for today. The problems are the same as in the packet. I did cut them down a little bit, just to 10 questions. And message me if you have any questions. Okay, good luck.